We'll give it just a minute. We'll get started. Don't forget to sign up for text notifications so we can remind you before class. We've got another detox starting this week. Also, Sandy and Charles are doing the Thrive program. They're going to be battle buddies, and they're starting with a 24-day jump start, live public coaching that will take place at Wednesday at 1 p.m. and Friday at 1 p.m. They'll be weighing in Wednesdays and Fridays. We will be meeting live publicly and coaching them, teaching them what to do each and every day, days 1 through 24. Then we'll transition to day 25. They're both headed to 100 pounds lost in the next 4 months. So that should be enjoyable for us to follow their journey, support them. They're going to need all the support that they can get. This is a life-saving mission. It's a life-saving mission. And they're game. They're saying, coach us up. We might get mad, but we're going to let you coach us up. And I'm not going to pull any punches. Got Amy with us, Kendra with us, Cindy, Betty, Wilma. Hey, everybody. All right, before we get started, does anybody have any questions? Well, I want to make sure if you have to leave early that you're getting the help that you need. Since there's only a few of us, we can't always get back to the emails unless you're scheduling one-on-ones with me. It's really hard to get back to every email, but we can answer them universally here, and it helps us all because it's usually the same questions people are asking. So any questions before you go, anything that you feel that's halted your progress, that you're concerned about, frustrations, what can we do to help before we get into the weight loss meter topic? Only bad question is the one that doesn't get asked, kind of. It's not a good question when it's a funny question. It's not really a bad question. When people say, if I drink an extra ounce of water, will that hurt me? I do get those. I do. Any questions or comments? Going once, going twice, going 3 times. All right, on a scale of 1 to 10 this morning, your motivation level, 10 being you could whip a bear with a little switch. You're so fired up. 1 being I feel like I don't even want to get up out of bed. Cindy says, I'm a 10, baby. I love it. She's doing the work. Got some 10s. You know, and there is a such thing as faith it until you make it. So sometimes just saying you a 10 will make you feel better. Y'all fired up? We got a lot of 10s in here, as well it should be. We have got it made. Sally's doing the power crunch. Wow. Elizabeth's an 8 and faking it. Charles is a 12. He's got a plan, a man with a plan. That's got him fired up. Anybody else? All right. Whether you're motivated or not, you can be in perfect peace. You just got to let your Father wrap you up in his arms and carry you when you're down. Stay positive, stay focused, keep looking up. The weight loss meter, where did that come from? We're gonna go to the library, look at that. Does it really have impact? For the most part, the weight loss meter has impact on reducing your overall insulin levels. I've been wearing a continuous glucose monitor, and it just indicates everything I already knew. So, but it's interesting because when I'm just talking, it's hard for people to believe some of the things I say. But if anything, our little program's been even more right than we thought. Just as I've played with different foods and see how my blood sugar reacts. And those foods that are the more negative numbers, they're going to do one or two things for you. They're either going to help, they help from a portion standpoint, or they help from a blood sugar management standpoint. The weight loss meter was a thing that I did many years ago. There would be a lot of questions like, I'm getting ready for an anniversary. What's the best foods for me to eat to get to my goal faster? And so I said, I'm going to start assigning numbers to the foods that I eat. And I started a weight loss challenge, and it was called Weight Loss Golf. And in golf, the more negative the number, the better your score. The less strokes it takes to get to the hole, the better the result. So it was weight loss golf. And what I would do is I would journal my foods, and I would stick with whole foods. It was before we started giving a weight loss meter to processed foods. We would give it to whole food, like chicken, a -3, basically. Broccoli, a -3 if I don't add any bad fats. So at the end of the day, if my 3 meals were portion controlled, and the more negative that tally, the better results I had. So the weight loss meter really, for the most part, not always, but for the most part, is attached to the food based upon its thermic effect, meaning how much energy does it require the body to utilize to break down a certain food, which means lower blood sugar, less insulin impact, more calorie burn, all that good stuff. So the more negative number, the best. -3 is the best rating. +3 is the worst rating. I don't even know we ever put a +3 in there. Your positive numbers are approved, but if you do them too often, you're going to start seeing weight gain. It's for the occasional. You're going on vacation, you're down at the Redneck Riviera or whatever, and you're still going to try to do pretty good, but you go and buy some cereal and stuff that's a positive number. And a 0 means this isn't going to hurt you, but it isn't going to help you if you stick to the portion. A positive means if you do this too often, you're going to cool that metabolism, and we don't want to do that. So I'm going to go to the library. It really helps with food selection because, again, why eat a bread? We can, if it's all we have access to, but why consume a bread that's a 0 or a positive number when there's so many negative ones where your goals won't even miss a beat eating bread? So I'm going to go in here to the library. I'm going to go to resources, and I'm going to the food library. So in your food library, you've got all these categories of food. Let's just pull up category 1, lean protein. So here it says 96% lean or better hot dogs is a -3. That means for weight loss, that's good. Obviously, for it to be a -3, it's probably going to have low starch. A lot of processed meat will be heavy starch, and that causes the number to go higher. Higher is not as good as lower. So -3, and you can see I've got that one hearted. That means it's in my meal planner so that my meal planner knows that I like it. And then I've got a grocery list. I can add this to my grocery list, choose my grocery list, the date, and then I can just print off my grocery list and don't look at anything else. Just go in there with my grocery list. Your grocery list is right here. My grocery list, when I go to Kroger, I will find that now they're on there. 96% lean or, oh, that's not it. Here it is. 96% lean or better hot dogs. So now I can just take this to the grocery store or print it out and just focus on what I can have, not on what I cannot have. You can make as many grocery lists as you want to. So back here looking at our weight loss meter, you can also sort, like if I'm going to bread, When we started the program, there was only one bread, one tortilla we could have, and now there's tons of them. There's actually 9 pages of bread. So here you can see that Arnold's whole grain double fiber wheat bread is at 0 on the weight loss meter, and lots of people like it. But it's a 0. So I want to find one, Arnold Bakery Light. It's a 0. People like it though. I want to find these negative number breads. So I'm going to move the rating here. I want it to sort. I want only -2 and -3 breads set. And now it's giving me a list. Look at all of these breads and tortillas that are great for weight loss. So now, instead of just having ground beef, and I'm afraid of the carbs, so I put my ground beef in a lettuce wrap, I can have a bun that's pretty much like a green bean. These -2s, -3s, they're not going to hurt you if you don't overeat them. And by the way, my favorite is the Joseph's products, Joseph's high fiber products. But again, just add that to your grocery list. Heart it if you like it and will eat it and have access to it. Get out of this food library. You don't need all this variety. You go through here when you have time, find stuff you like, and you're making your own menu. So I'm adding that, and now it's in my grocery list. And I'm not thinking about things I can't have. I'm focused only on what I can have. And there's my grocery list, and I can do a Walmart one, a Kroger one, or whatever. Eating is such a big part of your life. Why not get organized? You may not be able to get organized today, but over the next month or two, this is your long-term lifestyle. You can get organized to the point you don't even have to look at the library because you got your 100 foods that you absolutely love, and you're satisfied, and you're already getting holidays for the things that aren't on your meal plan. So it's just a mindset. It's a person that fails to plan plans on failing. This weekend, somebody messaged me and said, I can't do your program because I don't have time to plan. Once you know our program, you don't even have to plan. It just becomes second nature. You know what to do, whether you're eating out, whether you're eating at home. But if you're portion controlling, let me say that again. Well, a part of the shield is not just combinations and ingredient combining and the right products. It's portion control. Breakfast for the Father, lunch for the Son, dinner for the Holy Spirit, or you're fasting. If you must have a 4th eating episode, do so. Do it carefully because you'll start slowing down. But otherwise, if we're using the lower numbered weight loss meters, for example, it would look like this. If I had, I'm going to give you an extreme. If I had an egg white and spinach omelet, -3. If I had, for lunch, let's say I had chicken and green beans, -3. Both are -3. And then, because I'm just whole food combining. And for dinner, I had 96% lean ground beef and green beans, Worcestershire sauce, -3. So I had 6 different foods that day. That didn't sound bad, did it? We didn't have any bars or any shakes. For illustrative purposes, we're just eating whole food. Every one of those foods was a -3. So I had 2 foods for breakfast, 2 foods for lunch, 2 foods for dinner, all whole food, organic, natural if I want them to be. And out of 6 different foods, they were all -3. That's a -18. That means that day, with an ear of fate, you could hear a fat sucking sound. Boof, gone. So you can, the more negative your day ends from a weight loss meter perspective, the better results that you're going to have. Does that make sense, everybody? And it's because you're burning calories through digestion. You were already in a calorie deficit after 2 days. Now the foods you're giving your body require so much energy to break down. It's as if you're eating exercise on a plate. That's your weight loss meter. Helps you to make better decisions. Anybody got questions or comments on any of that?
Hey, Travis.
Hey.
I was just going to say, I really like, I've been going in and doing the liking the stuff and all that, and doing the generating meals on the new plan. It's wonderful. It's fantastic.
All
And
right.
and you can generate as many as you want, just like you could the old way, but it gives you great, -2, -3 meals if that's what if that's what you liked.
Yeah, we're still working on it. We know sometimes it'll give weird ones like a lobster tail with peanut butter. And I'm like, that's kind of weird. It would work. It's not going to give you anything that won't work. It's learning fast, it's learning daily, and we have to go in and correct it like a child. And we have to say, look, nobody's really going to eat. Now, if you talk to it like that, if you meant peanut sauce, that's different than peanut butter, so we're just teaching it. And the more y'all use it, even though some of the meals are going to come out and be weird, the more you use it, the more it's going to learn. So that's
Yes,
great. It's
it's
good to know
awesome.
that you're
It's
finding a
wonderful.
little bit of value in that.
Yes, it's great. It's great. I just wanted to tell you that.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, more members just playing with it and using it every week. We can go in and correct its behavior and make it better every week. Any other questions, comments? Thank you, Joy. If you're doing the detox, if you have any questions, now's a good time to get those answered too. Usually this is a general session, but I know there's a few doing the detox. If you have questions about that, we just finished up a week. We'll take a look at those results. We had some folks really just doing so good with these challenges, and hopefully it's just helping our folks stay focused.
What Texas is doing. If it's unconstitutional for Texas.
So here we go. So check it out. The ones that completed it, everybody always comes out of the gate really strong the first couple of days. And then folks begin to, the weekend gets a lot of folks. So the results, those that have actually entered their numbers, Karen 6.6 down for 1 week, J Ren 6, L Rotner 5, Jenna 4.4, Jenny 3.8, Cindy 2.2, all good results. If we look at Cindy, only 6 of the 20 finished. So Cindy made it a week, 2.2 pounds. So her name's there, 2.2 pounds times 52 weeks a year is over 100 pounds lost in a year. That's a lot. So you don't want to get of the mindset that if you didn't lose 10 pounds in a week that you're not doing good. It's about consistency and persistence. Yeah, Beth, another detox started today for those that have signed up for it. It is underway. It's not too late to sign up for it. You could get with Lisa and she could get you signed up, but it's underway. Another good thing you can do if you're waiting on a challenge that you like, as opposed to one you don't want to do, you can always do wow challenges to stay focused. The lifestyle trumps all that, but we need challenges sometimes just to get our discipline back, to get momentum back. Those war on weakness challenges, there's a lot of fun. Those are a lot of fun. What are those? Let me go to it. So wow challenges, I go to resources. Here's where you get your discipline for sure. So I'm going to challenges. I'm clicking war on weakness challenges. So here I've got all these 1-day quirky challenges. They're meant to be quirky. They're not meant to be the norm. They're not meant to be a lifestyle. interestingly enough, the people in the admin side that have done the most wow challenges that we can see have completed the most always have the best results. And I think it's because it's quirky and you're having to think all day about what you're doing. You're being mindful, you're mindfully eating, and you can see there's all kind of fun ones here. Mellow the Bell Pepper, Shibboleth Popcorn Party number 7. Look at all these craziness. So let's say I'm going down there and I'm looking for one that I might like, and I want to know what Tracy's Avocado and Bacon Challenge is. So I look that up, and it says breakfast, 2 ounces of approved turkey bacon or turkey sausage with a half a sliced avocado. So I can do that. Lunch, bowl of chicken soup with no rice at Mexican restaurant. I can do that. Dinner, barbecue chicken breast, half a grilled avocado. I can do that. Can't have any snacks. So I read through that, and then I agree with myself that I can do it. So if I accept the challenge, I'm going to accept it for a specific date. I get to choose the date. I accept it. Okay? Now there's no going back. If you don't complete that perfectly on the honor system, then you'll have to mark in your journal that you either tapped out or didn't complete it, and you'll get the Diet Devil badge. And that big old ugly Diet Devil that won that day, because you said you were going to do it, and you didn't do it, the Diet Devil wins. So you get a Diet Devil badge. And then the only way to get rid of it is to successfully complete one of the WOW challenges. And once you do that, that badge goes away and you earn your WOW badge. So I'm going into challenges, and I can see right here, see under my journal, challenges, nutritional challenges, avocado, Tracy's Avocado. I've agreed to do it. Now watch. Let's say that today, I'm in a dummy account, so I'm going to earn a badge. Let's say today for lunch, I did not do what I agreed to do. A coworker asked me to go to the Mexican restaurant, and I had a chimichanga or some chips. I click the button and I'm tapping out because I'm not a liar and I'm not a cheater. I don't want to cheat myself. So I save that. I tapped out. And now tomorrow when I log into Control Central, I'm going to see a big, ugly Diet Devil badge right front and center. Boom. And then I'm going to want to beat him again. So I'm being mindful. Every time we agree to do something, we declare we're going to do something, and we do it, and we follow through, we're building self-confidence, self-esteem, and discipline. Lisa, do you see that Beth needs help? I think you've seen it. What is the link to order Advocare? So Lori and Beth need some help. Lisa, I think you're on it. Amanda, I have to commit and not do this program 50% of the time. I do so well while I'm at work, and then when I get home, I blow it. I need to get past that. This is in my mind. I'm holding myself back. Correct. But here's the good news. Here's the good news. You're 50% of the way there, Amanda. You're halfway there. Not the glass is half full. So you got work nailed. So that's a blessing. Now we got to figure out what's triggering that at night. And I'm going to go on and tell you, I don't know what the lie is, but you and I both know it's the lies in the head in the evening. So we've got to figure out what that trigger is and overcome it and have one successful night and then string some together. How much can you lose on the detox? Sky's the limit. We've had people lose 17 pounds in 10 days. So sky's the limit. But you're talking water weight and glucose. If you lose 1 pound and all that was fat, that's better than losing 10 of water. So anybody else have anything? Brother Will, I'm still doing some research for you, brother, on allulose, and thank you so much. I seen that over the weekend. God bless you. Love you, brother. And I'm going to do some really good research for you on allulose and get that to you. Anybody else? Questions, comments, anything before we go today? Tomorrow we have a huge day, mini classes, advanced classes, thoughts, feelings, emotions. And then Wednesday we've got Charles and Sandy. It's going to be, we got a lot. Got a lot of stuff going on to try to keep you inspired and to educate. Are all hearts and minds clear? Don't forget the Shibby Shop. Thank you, Karen Klein, for all you do. We need you. We appreciate you, Karen, and we need the community support. It's a different day and time than it was when I started this thing.
Hey, Travis.
Hey.
I just wanted to say we were out of some of the Fiber Gourmet products, and we got an order in today. So if anybody's been looking, the Thinables, we were out of those. And the biscotti, the original almond, we got those in today. So if anybody's waiting on them, you can check the store later this afternoon.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you, Karen, for all you do.
You're welcome.
Missed my Shibby family last week. We missed you, Gina. Good to have you back. No, the Shibby shop is different than the Amazon shop. We have got the Shibby shop back going and trying to get the word out that we have it back going. Number one, those of you that are partners and Faithfully Fit members, to my knowledge, this is now a real number. So we do have 303 legitimate partners now. And you can see our first goal is here. Expenses are running to keep the whole thing going without me taking a paycheck is about $17,500. So we're trying to get to our first benchmark of 10,000 so that we can get a good, stable, healthy program. One of the ways you can support us outside of the partnerships is going to our shop. And in the shop, you have all these great void replacements that Karen's taking care of for us. And she's doing a fantastic job with that, as everybody that's ever worked on it has. We've always had a good team assembled to deal with that. But we've just got this relaunched, and we need you. A little smaller store, but still a lot of items. It's harder to find items. And a lot of those items, if you get them from Amazon, they're not fresh, because usually if they're on Amazon, it's somebody trying to dump them off and get rid of expired stuff or close to expired stuff. Karen's getting them fresh. Yes, Joy. Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, Travis.
Hey.
I'm really sore today. I overdid it yesterday and started spring cleaning, and it just about took me out, but I finished up my detox challenge and put my data in this morning. My thing with the Shibby store is to let you all know how much we love you and understand when the other store was closing. I ordered like 8 jars of peanut butter. I did a lot of that to try to help out and to do that for you all. So I'm excited about the Shibby store, but I still have to burn through the inventory that I overbought for the other closing.
Yeah.
So please tell, I want Karen to know, I want you to know that I'm so excited for you. And if you don't see an order, it's not because I don't love you. It's that I still am going through my peanut butter and things like that.
Yeah, Karen actually said that the other day. She said we all, because she bought a lot too. She said we all bought so much that it's going to take a while to eat all that stuff. And we appreciated that y'all did that and supported Uncommon Paths as it closed its doors. And we realize that. And I don't want anybody to buy anything that they don't need to eat. Because we don't want to hurt anybody. So we want you to support us when it's time to eat something, if that makes sense.
Thank you.
And
Yeah.
I just wanted to say that the bars, I bought the strawberry top bars, Oh my goodness, they were so good and so fresh. You was talking about the freshness.
Yeah.
You can really tell the difference. I mean, it's huge difference in getting them somewhere else, or, you know, it's great.
Yep. I appreciate that too. Yep. We're just blessed to have y'all in our court and for y'all to believe in this mission. We believe it's a life-saving mission, but we also believe since last August, we've turned it into a soul-saving mission. We believe that we've got a great message and we're trying to live that message. So we appreciate all of y'all helping support it. Anybody else? All right. Every day matters. I've got this continuous glucose monitor, and I'm not able to show you yet, but I'm doing a lot of recording my screen and stuff. So since I holidayed it up, being fascinated with my continuous glucose monitor, my glucose went up and it is barely coming back down. And every time I'm active, like I get it down and then I'm active and it goes way back up. Does anybody know why that's happening? All that sugar that got stored in my liver that's got to dump. So every time, even though I'm eating right, y'all, even though I'm eating right, every time I'm active and my liver has to dump all that sugar, even though I didn't eat anything, do I get an insulin response? Absolutely. So that's why we preach and teach. Every holiday costs you how many days of the journey? 2. And I'm going to tell you, I always knew this, but seeing it on that reading, it being continuous, and it makes me sick that I did that. It's like I'm never having another holiday again, because it just seeing it, it makes it real. And if I'm just trying to tell you, shibboleth works. Perfect day holidays. I lost 2 days of my fat loss journey because of something stupid. And the stupid thing was wanting to see how good my continuous glucose monitor worked. Anybody else? Yes.
Do you find that like when you do that, does it affect you mentally too? I mean, like,
Oh
does
yeah.
it affect you on every level?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. You brain fog and fatigue. Sugar and starch is the worst. Processed sugar and starch is the worst thing that we can put in our human body outside of true poison. It's just, it is poison. It is literal poison. And it creates brain fog, brain fatigue, slows down metabolism, metabolic function, destroys mitochondria. We're not supposed to be ingesting processed sugar and starch like we do. And unfortunately, now even people don't realize it's in disguise in all this gluten-free crap and all this vegan crap. So they're killing you with something that a lot of people are adhering to now, thinking I've got a proper lifestyle, but they don't have a continuous glucose monitor. And they're eating the vegan processed crap, and they're eating all the gluten-free crap, thinking it's healthy. Not at all.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And by the way, when I take Carbes Plus or berberine, that blood sugar, it takes a much more rapid nosedive. Just letting y'all know that those things do work and they're not pharmaceuticals.
Do you have to take it before to get as much of an effect, or can you take it after and still get a reasonable positive return from it?
Yeah, I have looked at both, and it's definitely better to get it in your system before you have the thing. But I've even played with it after having the thing. Like I had reached. Don't laugh. I just was playing with my monitor. I had to have my mind convinced me to go all in. So I played with Reese cups and Reese this and Reese that. If I was going to do it, I was going to do it with my favorite candy. but definitely it even worked having it afterwards, but it wasn't as profound of a drop. It just tapered slowly. I don't even know anecdotally if it was because of it, because it's going to come back down a little bit anyway in a few hours. But it did appear that when I take it after a piece of candy, that it came down a little more sharply, using either berberine or Carbees Plus. When I used them both together, it seemed to work more profoundly, to my surprise. It shouldn't have been surprising because it's all different ingredients. And I also tried metformin. So I took a metformin and it worked better than both of those. So as a pharmaceutical, it just worked better. But it has there's some deleterious effect there. So I had rather do something that works, but is more natural. Anybody else? Now, what would have worked fantastically would have been to inject myself with insulin. But that destroys mitochondria, that destroys cellular integrity. Now you're going to store fat, your appetite goes up. That's why we want to manage those insulin levels with more natural means. Will the legendary product spike our insulin? Absolutely. They're approved on the program. I'll do one of those and show you. I just got to get some. I don't think we have any in our Shibby shop. But those mock Pop-Tarts, they're lesser evils. Anything with processed starch in it is going to elevate your blood sugar. So if you just had the processed, remember legendary Pop-Tarts or sweet rolls, they're replacing something that would have really jacked your blood sugar up. So we don't have factual evidence, but I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. So if I have a regular Pop-Tart, let's say this is your blood sugar. Okay, down here's low. Here's the line that we need to keep it under. And 10 is high. Okay, so if I eat a regular Pop-Tart, you're getting this. You're getting this kind of spike. Everybody with me? You're getting a profound spike. But if I eat a legendary Pop-Tart, I might only get this spike. Big difference. The difference is here, I don't have enough protein and fiber to negate this. Here, we partnered it with protein and fiber, and the protein and fiber slow down blood sugar elevation. Even though it's trying to increase, it can't increase as high because of the protein and fiber. So that's why we call those lesser evils. So if I've just got to have a Pop-Tart, I replace it with legendary, I'm preserving more muscle, and I'm going to get back into EFB much faster, probably during that day. Does that make sense, Sherry? We live in a culture where that is 80% of the food supply, those types of things. So we're conditioned to eat them. Instead of saying we're never eating them again, we figure out how to replace them with things that taste similar in case we're craving them. And I know you know that. Sometimes that y'all experienced members ask questions where I can kind of speak at and to the new folks. Anybody else? Hearts and minds clear? Are you satisfied? Yeah, when you're down on my back, so I get stressed, so I crave sweets. Try not to identify with boredom. Try not to identify with those things. Again, the partner classes where we're looking, if you're open-minded, where we're looking at thoughts and feelings, thoughts are all lies all the time. So if you'll keep working through that with us, hopefully you can detach from that pain. I know you'll still hurt, but that pain's not you, that's your body. And you have to take care of your body. And giving a hurting patient your body of flesh, giving it what it wants, isn't always helpful for that body. So you have to detach from it. Easier said than done. You know, if you've ever had significant pain and you go to a pain, they can't do anything else for you. Like when I said, I'm not going to get back fusion yet, the epidurals aren't working anymore. what can I do? And they sent me to a therapist, and I thought they were going to teach me something. And the therapist said, Pain Management 101, get your mind off of it. So it actually works. But it is easier said than done. Anybody else? Everybody good?
Travis, have you seen anything on your CGM about what sweeteners might do? Like if you just had an iced tea with some type of sweetener, have you seen any changes on the insulin on the CGM?
Yep, and I've been shocked.
Okay, what about emotion?
I've known that emotions has impact on it, so I wasn't shocked. But yes, stress will definitely cause a release of blood sugar from your where it's stored. And
Can we play with that in the advanced classes in the future?
I'll do my best to. I'll
Okay.
do my best to. One of the shocking things that elevated my blood sugar, because I've been open to what if I've been teaching something wrong. One of the things that shocked me is that I drink a lot of sparkling ice, and they are sweetened with Splenda, and they have profoundly elevated my blood sugar. I was shocked.
Interesting, very interesting.
I'm still trying to process how I'm going to deal with that because I've been drinking them a lot. And for sure, when I do, I'm a little bit off put before I even monitored them as to why my weight isn't coming down as fast some weeks when after a weekend. But I've gotten where I've swapped from Diet Coke to sparkling ice, and the aspartame in a Diet Coke is not elevating my blood sugar at all. The Splenda in the sparkling ice was elevating my blood sugar almost like an energy drink I have in the house that I got. I purchased it just to see how it impacted my blood sugar. It almost is elevating it like that. So that's interesting. It's not supposed to do that, but it wasn't an anomaly because I've gotten where swapping out my Diet Cokes, everybody on me all the time. I swapped to sparkling ice, and I'm up to drinking 6 or 7 of those a day. So those are every time I drink them spiking my blood sugar.
Hey, I noticed that very same thing I only drink water, but I was using the Crystal Light squirty stuff, the little things, and I was squirting that in my water
Yeah.
because sometimes I used to get tired of drinking water. It don't bother me no more, but anyway, I noticed that it kept spiking my blood sugar. My blood sugar kept staying up and I wasn't losing. And I was adding it to, cottage cheese, plain yogurt just to have a taste and stuff. And then drinking it in my water. When I stopped, my blood sugar came down and I didn't have those spikes anymore. So you have to be careful using anything that's so-called sugar.
Yeah.
Because
Anything.
I started losing once I quit using the Crystal Light so much.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm afraid that we're on to something there. And they're asking about stevia. I haven't tested everything. Remember, I'm going to have to do this in phases because I'm not putting all my weight back on for y'all. So y'all are asking about stevia. I will definitely be trying it. So what supposedly aspartame, saccharin, Splenda, stevia, monk fruit, xylitol, erythritol, they're not allulose. They're not supposed to have impact on your blood sugar. Now we can do some comparisons. Aspartame gets the worst name. It has had no impact on my blood sugar. None. So far, Splenda has impacted my blood sugar. I don't yet know about stevia and monk fruit, but I will let you know because what I'll do, I won't disapprove of Splenda because it's better than processed sugar. That's a fact. But what I will do is start giving them those sweeteners ratings so that you can choose the better ones.
Travis, It's
Uh-huh.
mom. It's
Hey,
Mama.
hey.
I knew that about Caitlin. You know, she's type 1.
Mhm.
And she even told me the sugar-free gum, some of it, she cannot chew because it elevates her sugar.
Yep.
So that was like crazy to me because there says, you know, hardly any in it, but something and Splendid drinking it versus it being baked into foods. Check that now that you've got the CGM, because that is what she wears.
Yeah.
Because I'm
Baking it in, Mama, is not going to create a problem because you're surrounding it with protein and fiber, but it's in
okay.
that pre-digested liquid that I'm seeing the problem.
That's probably why Courtney said it didn't seem to affect her as much. And she can drink Diet Cokes all day and it doesn't affect her,
Right.
which is not good for her. But she can't drink some of this other stuff.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, even the gum with certain things elevates her sugar, and I'm not sure which gum it was, but I had some that was sugar free, and she said, "No, Mama, I can't have that."
Yeah. No,
So, all right, good to know.
Yeah, it was fascinating. Still learning about it. And they're better than sugar and starch, but certainly think about it this way. If I was drinking one sparkling ice, my blood sugar's coming back down pretty rapidly after that. It's not like eating a candy bar, but I'm drinking, not knowing any better. I was drinking 6, 7 sparkling ice a day. So every time I do that, it's pushing it up higher, right? Because it starts coming down, I push it up, starts push it. And then I'm getting it back up there high again. So real big learning, a good lesson learned there. You know, we need to be drinking water. Need to be drinking water and those other things occasionally as a treat. But again, all those people fussing at me about Diet Coke, no problem drinking a Diet Coke. Yeah, I'll keep trying the sweeteners and reporting back, and we'll end up ranking them. But so far, it looks like Splenda's getting a bad rating. Anybody else? Interestingly enough, the Splenda that's in Spark did not impact my blood sugar the same as it does in sparkling ice. I found that interesting, but it's probably because there's just less of it. They don't tell you how much is in there. It's just one of the last ingredients on the list. Because I was terrified when I seen that happen. I got to get rid of my Spark. What about the Splenda in Mellow Out? I don't know yet. I did take some Mellow Out last night, but I didn't think to look at my blood sugar rating. But now that you mention it, I will. I took all my sleep aids last night, so it'll be interesting to look back at the monitor and see what my blood sugar was while I slept. So thanks for reminding me of that one. I
Hey,
forgot
Travis.
Splenda was in that.
Travis, could there be a relationship with the spark and the caffeine as a buffering, maybe?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Good thought. The only thing that I'm aware of that slows blood sugar elevation down from things that cause blood sugar elevation is exercise, depending on how much storage you have of sugar in your liver. Exercise, protein, and fiber. Splash H2O. Yeah, we're going to have to look at all of that. And I drink a lot of that, so it'll be interesting to look at. I hope I don't have to come pouting back and tell y'all no more of that stuff. I think it's going to be better than the alternative, but what we all know is what we all know. We should be drinking more water. Anybody else? Melanie says Spark, and that's what I found too, Melanie. Melanie says Spark does not affect my continuous glucose monitor. And that's what I found, because immediately upon drinking the sparkling ice, I thought, now it could be something else that I'm missing and not the sparkling ice, but it certainly seemed that way, because 15 minutes after drinking one, there it went. Pop goes the weasel, and the weasel went pop. And I thought, it is them darn things. But Spark didn't do that. My heart sank because Spark has Splenda, but it must not be very much. Anybody else? Trust the shield. So everything that I found over the weekend playing with this thing, we have an amazing lifestyle. And we definitely, statistically speaking, will be healthier longer by following the shield. Everybody good? Satisfied? We love you. Anybody want to close us out in prayer? Anybody? All right. Well, we love you in the Lord. I got a ton of work to do to finish up this book so that we can get it out the door in June to y'all. And we just love you so much. Appreciate you. I'm about to meet with our editor and get the final stuff T's crossed and I's dotted so we can get you the book. Thank you for supporting it. Appreciate all that y'all are doing. We love you in the Lord. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in the earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day, Lord, our daily bread. Forgive us of our debts as we forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen. Amen. Bye, y'all. Bye.